What do you want?
Of course.
She might have. I have no way of knowing, since those memories didn't come back. What if Umbra only acts the way she does because of what was done to her? Still, it's no excuse. She shouldn't have corrupted his mind. Although, that's hard for me to say, given the things I still do to our enemies. The only clue we have is that, without my body, Umbra can only operate through black soul gems. The ideal masters must be helping her, somehow. We need an expert in soul gems, someone who can understand their nature. If only Naenra was still with us, she would have known what to do. And when the time comes, we'll confront Umbra once again. It's her soul what's black, not the gems. Beloved, can I talk to you for a moment? This entire issue with Hamid and his father, and how they felt attached to, well, the body I was wearing. It clearly meant a lot to them. It just makes me think how important it is to take care of and preserve these precious flesh bodies that we go through so much effort to obtain. So, I want to try something. I want to make sure you can always recover these bodies, even if we ever leave any of them behind during our travels. Yes, and I believe now I understand how it works. I've been paying attention to what happens every time I inhabit a body. And, well, if you can give me a Daedric heart, I believe I can imprint it somehow to connect it with the body I'm wearing. The heart will be consumed, but a magical link will be formed for me to summon the corresponding body anytime. Just ask me to. It's a small gift I can give you, my way to show you how much I cherish these bodies that you give me. Would you like me to try this, beloved? It will be done. Just give me a Daedric heart anytime. Thank you, beloved.
I don't like doing business with Azora's faithful. Make it quick.
I've heard of your adventures, and you, dear lady, must be Umbra. Oh, anyone with an interest in the Daedra is familiar with Nerisithil's book. Although it's wise to have her in disguise, as it were. Interesting use of Eldmeri flesh magic, I might add. So, how may I be of service? Oh, I certainly do, believe me. Go on. Purely out of scholarly interest, of course. Please, continue. The Ideal Masters, you say? They have no way to directly interfere in our material plane from their soul cairn, except, of course, through soul gems. Possessed, you say? Interesting. Mind control, are you sure? She sets them free of the artificial boundaries of morality. She removes the flimsy ethical barriers that separate prey from predator. Quite tragic if that were to happen, but quite tragic. You already know the answer, my friend. It's why you came to me, after all. I am Skyrim's resident expert in all things soul gems, and this includes a thorough understanding of the Ideal Masters. The soul cairn, the ways in which they operate. And yes, of entities such as Umbra too. It is well known that the witch Nainraware included a fearsome mind control mechanism in her prized creation. One that many mages have tried to replicate since, but failed to. Perhaps your companion Umbra enjoys use of said ability as well from time to time. Yes, she controls her enemies like puppets, does she not? Almost no better than resurrected corpses, wouldn't you say? While Umbra's method, on the other hand, seems more refined, more subtle. Rather than crudely lobotomizing every victim, Umbra is more like a precision scalpel. She removes only specific moral barriers, preventing people from... well, it's a rather primal, if starkly honest form of freedom, we have to admit. Yes, of course, and you can count on me to help you stop her. First, I will need a number of black soul gems to study. Would you be able to procure, say, 5 of them for me? And don't worry, Umbra will not be able to infect you through them if you touch them. I can see already that you are immune. It's your aura. You were already possessed by Umbra once, were you not? Think of it like a disease. Once cured, you develop an immunity to it. As for me, I will be fine as well. I'm an expert in my field, and I know what precautions to take. And I will prepare the necessary materials for my work while you are away. Ah, excellent. Give me a day to work on them. Come back tomorrow and they will be ready. I have an idea. I believe the unique characteristics of several races, when combined, will possibly be able to nullify Umbra's mind control abilities. I'll explain it all tomorrow. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Bye now.
What do you want? He seems eager. I do not believe he is motivated purely by altruism. I sense a hunger in him, a certain ambition. Purely out of scholarly interest, of course. Don't worry, beloved. We'll make use of him as long as he is of use to us. What gains he makes along the way will be incidental. Yes, my beloved. All right then, my beloved.
It's you. I finally found you.
Who? Me? Oh, not this again.
What happened to my sister?
I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't lie to me. I got a vision from Mafala. Mafala herself sent me to you. Ah, yes, I recognize you too. You're the other one the boy spoke about. The famous one. My name is Thornir. Mafala led me to you. You both look just as the boy Hamid described. You killed his father. It's complicated, it seems. Let me ask you something. Have you ever spoken to a Daedric prince? Mafala, the web spinner, she spoke to me. Inside my mind, she told me, go high above solitude and watch the sunrise over the land. From the mouth of a child in mourning, you will find your truth. I did. That's how I found Hamid. I helped him bury his father. I just want to know what happened to my sister. Did you do it? Did you kill her? Her name was Lami. She left our farm a year ago to spite our father. She swore she would become a bandit. She was barely of age, you see. She had always been rebellious. This one time when we were kids, she punched another boy who was bullying me once, straight in the jaw. Last year when she didn't come back home after a month, I went looking for her. I searched everywhere, from Morthal to Markarth. Not too long after, I found her. Turns out she did indeed become a bandit of sorts. She was surrounded by bandits, her companions, I assume. All dead. Every single one. There was so much blood, and that's when I heard Mafala's voice. Perhaps Mafala felt my pain. I nearly tore my own eyes out. I swore I would find my sister's killer. I swore I would find whoever mangled my sister's body like that. Whoever ripped her flesh like that. Whoever butchered her and left her corpse on the floor, bloodied and torn. Then her liver was missing. Her heart was missing, her liver, 3 fingers, and a right eye. Do you hear me? She'd been harvested like cattle. What kind of monster does that? Why? I screamed I would give my life to find her killer. I screamed, and my cries pierced through oblivion, and Mafala herself answered my call. The web spinner herself sent me to Hamid, and now Hamid sent me to you. So now, you're going to answer my questions now, aren't you? Did you kill her? Who did then? Daedra? But how? Why? How did it happen? What do you know? No. No! It's not over! I swear I will have justice. One way or another. Against the Daedra. You can laugh if you want. I'm just one man. But I will not stop. I will make them all pay! You hear me? I swear it.
What is it you desire? Yes, beloved. What troubles your mind? That's because the choice was his, beloved. Just as it was his sister's choice to become a bandit. Nothing we could have done about that. Should we blame fire itself for consuming a home? Or should we blame the careless housewife who left the fireplace unattended? We could choose to feel that way, my beloved. But out of all possible feelings, must we always pick the ones tainted with regret? Is it noble to suffer? It is you who is constantly teaching me new lessons, my beloved. These lessons, this life I'm experiencing by your side, is what makes me a different person from Umbra. After all, she too was a blank slate once, but life wrote in her differently. Yes, beloved, peace. Peace is the opposite of suffering. Thornir made his choice. You didn't make it for him.
I made certain changes to these soul gems. You could say that they are attuned to mystical frequencies which are unique to Umbra. I need you to find 5 people you can truly trust. People you would feel honored fighting side by side with. I will need 2 orcs, a male and a female, as well as 2 Dunmer, a male and a female also. And a single Khajiit, a male. Based on my studies, this exact mix is the ideal combination. A ritual. Let's just say the qualities of their spirits, combined with unique traits of their races, will form a mystic wall between this plane and the Soul Cairn. A wall Umbra will not be able to pierce through. Tell them to gather at Arkwind Point. The veil is thinnest there, even more so than in High Hrothgar. I'll be on my way there myself to prepare everything. Once everyone arrives, I'll direct you all on how to perform the ritual. Trust me, it will be quite the sight to see.
Acer says his paw